In this practical session, we'll check the switch port configuration together. We have two switches again in here. Our switches are Madrid and Miami. And we have 6 steps to accomplish. This is gonna be a really fantastic session, guys. And we are gonna learn lots of things. We'll make a great configuration together. And let's go with the first step. The first step is saying us to configure ports between Fast Ethernet 002, Fast Ethernet 024 as access port. Alright, let's do it. What I need to do is first I need to set the host name. This is Madrid. And what question is saying in the first step is configuring the ports between Fast Ethernet 002, Fast Ethernet 024 as access ports. Okay, let's go. Interface Fast Ethernet 00. Oops, invalid. Show IP interface brief. Okay, this guy is starting from Fast Ethernet 01, as you see. Then I'm gonna make the configuration starting from Fast Ethernet 01 to Fast Ethernet 024. Config mode, interface Fast Ethernet 01, switch port mode access. When you are in interface mode and when you are gonna configure another interface, you don't need to do this. You can do, but you don't need to do. If you're in interface mode, you can go to another interface by typing interface Fast Ethernet 02. The same command. Okay? You could do by typing exit and this command again, but you don't really need to. Okay, what I'm gonna do is switch port mode access. To define an access port, I'm using the switch port mode access command, as you'll remember from our sessions. Then I need to go to the interface Fast Ethernet 02 and switch port mode access. And I need to go to the Fast Ethernet 04. Oh, come on, guy. Are you kidding me? Am I gonna configure the whole thing step by step, one by one? Are you kidding us? Actually, no. You don't need to do this. If you want to configure a range, we have a great command. As you can see that interface range command. If you want to configure a range, we have interface range command to make a configuration between an interface range. So you don't need to configure one by one for the 24 ports. And what we're gonna do is we are gonna select a range right now and make the configuration to the whole range. And our configuration will affect the whole range. That's a great feature. Interface range, Fast Ethernet. I'm starting from 01, right? and I will go until 24, and please pay attention that how I am defining here, that's important. I need to put a space and dash and one more space. Pretty cool, huh? And 24. Enter. As you can see that I'm in the config if range mode instead of the config if mode. This mode means that you are in a range, you choose the range, and your configuration will affect all the ports in this range. So what I need to type is switch port mode access and enter. That's it. You don't need to configure the whole thing. You don't need to configure one by one. What you need to do is just to configure a range. Alright. Configure ports between, this is 1 to 24 as access. Whoa! Accomplished, huh? Pretty cool. Let's get into the second step. Configure gig 01 ports as trunk. But first I need to verify my last configuration. What I'm gonna do is type the show running config command and check 01 switch port mode access. Pretty cool. 2 access, 3 access, 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 and access. Pretty cool. You can see that range is working. Now I need to go to the gig, interface gig 01 and switch port trunk. No. Switch port mode trunk. Why I type this first? In some of the iOS devices, you need to choose the encapsulation type first, and you need to type switch port trunk encapsulation.1q first. But in some other iOS, you don't need this. That's why I typed this, but I saw that we don't need this. So what we're gonna do for trunk configuration is just to type switch port mode trunk on Madrid. And we need to do the same configuration in Miami too. Hostname first, hostname Miami. I'm not gonna, oh, okay, I'm gonna do interface range 01 to 24 and switch port mode access, and exit interface gig 01 and switch port mode trunk. Pretty cool. Pretty cool, and pretty easy. Second step accomplished. As you can see that there is nothing to scare about this. Commands are pretty straightforward, but what I'm offering you to do is make this lab on your own packet tracer, please, and implement the commands yourself to one more time. Okay, now let's go to the third step. Create VLANs. Create VLANs 3, 4, and 5, and their names will be phone, video, and wireless. Okay. Yes. I'm in the configuration mode right now, and I should be in the configuration mode to define new VLANs. Okay. Do you remember that how we define the VLANs? I'm gonna show you that. VLAN 3. Why I type 3? Because question saying me that to create VLAN 3, 4, and 5, and the command is VLAN space VLAN name. This time my VLAN number, VLAN space VLAN number, VLAN 3, and name of the VLAN will be, let's check it out. VLAN 3 will be phone. Okay. Name phone. Okay, VLAN 4 this time. 4 will be video. Name video. And I need to define a VLAN 5, which names will be wireless. Pretty straightforward. As you can see that it's very easy to define VLANs on the switch. Okay, I defined my VLANs, but I need to verify it. To verify this, I need to issue the show VLAN command. Show VLAN. Okay. We have VLAN 3, 4, and 5, and their names are phone, video, and wireless. But please pay attention that there are no ports assigned to these VLANs right now. All ports are in the default VLAN, which is VLAN 1 right now. Okay, I created the VLANs too, and I accomplished this step. And I am in 4 now. Assign fast Ethernet 03 to VLAN 3, 04 to VLAN 4, and 05 to VLAN 5. Now I'm gonna assign the ports. As you can see that 3, 4, and 5, fast Ethernet 3, 4, and 5 are in the VLAN 1, which is the default VLAN right now. What I'm gonna do is, I'll take this and assign to the phone VLAN. I'm gonna take this and assign to the video, and I'm gonna take this and I'll assign this port to the wireless VLAN. Alright, let's go. Configure terminal. If you want to make a change for an interface, you need to go to the interface mode. Interface, fast Ethernet 03. If I want to assign a port to a VLAN, my command is switch port, access, VLAN, and VLAN number. I'm in the Fast Ethernet 03 and question says me that assign this to VLAN 3, switch port access VLAN 3, and that's it. Let's go to the 04. This is gonna be switch port access VLAN 4, and 5 will be VLAN 5. Okay, pretty cool. And I need to take a look to the show VLAN again. I need to verify my configuration. Show VLAN. Alright, that's what I completely want to see. As you can see that Fast Ethernet 03 is in VLAN 3, 04 in VLAN 4, and 05 in VLAN 5. Here is the good news. Fourth step is okay right now too. Alright, in the fifth step, lab says that shut down these ports. So I need to shut down Fast Ethernet 0, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. I'm going into the configuration mode again. Interface, range, surely range. Fast Ethernet 0, 6 to 11, and shut down. Alright, great. As you can see that my ports changed their state to administratively down, which I configured. And as you can see that I used the range command again to accomplish this goal. Pretty cool. And in the next step, configure port security on Fast Ethernet 0, 12, and port will let only 5 MAC addresses. If a violation occurs, port will shut down. Okay, let me make some explanation first. In Madrid's Fast 012 port, let's say that we have a hub device. In the hub device, we have 5 PCs connected. And somebody is coming and he's trying to plug his cable as the 6th MAC address. What I'm gonna do is, if this guy comes here, I will shut down the Fast Ethernet 012 completely. Okay, let's go. Interface Fast Ethernet 012 first. Please remember that if I want to configure the port security, the first step is configuring port. First step is enabling the port security globally under the interface mode first. Switch port security and enter. Then I need to define the maximum MAC addresses that I'm gonna accept from that port with switch port security oh, what's going on here? Maximum command. Switch port security maximum 5. And what question wants me from as a last step is shut down the port if this sixth guy comes in. Switch port security, and I need to define my violation, which is going to be shut down for this example. Violation, and as you're gonna remember, we have 3 violation modes. We have protect, restrict, and shut down. And for this example, I'm gonna use the shutdown. Okay, I made my configuration, and Fast Ethernet 012 will accept just 5 PCs, and if a 6th PC tries to come via hub to our port, the port will shut down itself. And yes, we finished our configuration lab. Thanks for viewing. That was a really cool session, and see you in the next session.